if we're just a collector of sports cards, we still want to get a good deal, and we still want to find cards where we're getting the most for our money. And so when we're analyzing the market and making the decision of where do we want to spend our money and what we want to buy something that we go, yes, I did well there. I got a good deal. That's a cool card. That's a cool player. And it's at a very reasonable price. So even though I'm a collector and 95% of what I purchase, I will be keeping in my own personal collection, I still want to make sure that what I'm buying is a good deal. So as I continue to look through and analyze data and run spreadsheets and all the things that I do on the videos, one of the things that keeps coming up is that certain positions of baseball players don't seem to carry the same value of other positions, which doesn't really seem to make sense. It seems like if you're a really good player, it shouldn't matter if you're a shortstop or a right fielder or a third baseman. But it does seem to matter. So I'm going to take a look here, and we're going to look at one position in particular of Hall of Famers. And I'm posing the question, why aren't they worth more? Why is this position worth less than the other positions? Let's take a look. Tell me what you think.
All right, so we have a graphic here that shows all of the 9 positions on a baseball field. And then over on the right, I've listed out how many people have made the Hall of Fame from each position. So there are 84 pitchers have made the Hall of Fame. 19 catchers, 26 first basemen, 20 second basemen, 26 shortstops, 17 third basemen, then left field 23, center field 24, right field 27, and then more recently 3 DHs. And when we look at this, it's kind of interesting because you wonder, why are there more from some positions than others? And my guess is, outfielders and first basemen tend to be power hitters, and it seems like power hitters tend to get into the Hall of Fame at a higher rate. But, is the Hall of Fame supposed to be just power hitters or what? So I think that catchers are getting overlooked. If there are very few catchers that have made the Hall of Fame, it seems like the catchers that do make the Hall of Fame, their card should be higher in demand because there aren't a lot of catchers. We look at that picture there, this iconic picture of Jackie Robinson and Yogi Berra, and catchers are a vital part of this game. Now, from 1960 until 2000, there were 4 catchers inducted into the Hall of Fame. So over a 40-year stretch, 4 catchers. Now, let me clarify. There are 4 catchers that were elected by the writers into the Hall of Fame. Roy Campanella is the first one. In 1969, 79% of the vote. He was a 7th ballot Hall of Famer. So there were some others inducted, but they were from different committees like the Veterans Committee or the Negro League Committee. But the baseball writers inducted 4 during this stretch. The second of the 4 is Yogi Berra. In 1972, on his second ballot, Yogi Berra was a 2nd ballot Hall of Famer. 85% of the vote that year. The third of the 4 is Johnny Bench. In 1989, he was a first ballot Hall of Famer with 96% of the vote. He is arguably the best catcher of all time. Some people might, use some of them more recent names, but Carlton Fisk is the 4th. In 2000, he got 79% of the vote in his second ballot. So 4 guys over 40 years at that position. Doesn't it seem that those guys are then sort of superstars at that position? Doesn't that mean that people would go hard after their cards since there aren't a lot of them and they stood out. So Roy Campanella was an 8-time All-Star, 3-time Negro League All-Star. And then he had 3 National League MVPs. He won a World Series. He won a Negro League batting championship. He had 260 career home runs. And remember, he missed 9 years before getting into the major leagues that he was in Mexican leagues and the Negro leagues. And then his career ended early because he was paralyzed in a car accident. So, I mean, his numbers could have been far greater if he didn't have these barriers that were outside of his control. Yet his cards are surprisingly affordable. So his rookie card is a 1949 Bowman. And in a 4, again, we're in the 40s, so I'm looking at a 4. When we're looking in the 50s, we'll look at grades of 5. But this is a 4, and his rookie card is $761. That's a nice-looking copy. A PSA 4, 1949 Bowman, of one of the greatest catchers of all time. His second-year card, in a PSA 5, as it's a 1950, is $157. So, I mean, you can buy his first and second year card in a 4 and a 5 for under $1,000. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Yogi Berra, 18-time All-Star. He made 18 All-Star games. 10-time World Series champion. 3 times he was the league MVP. He was the MVP of the American League 3 times. 358 career home runs, 2150 career hits. I mean, he's got a huge personality, very recognizable, very well known, was a manager and a coach for a long time. But when you look at his rookie card, you could buy a 4 for under $800. I mean, he's probably the most famous catcher of all time. And I realize he didn't play his entire career at catcher, but he played a lot of it at catcher. His second year card you can buy into 4 for $300. So for under $1,100, you can buy a nice example of his rookie card and his second card. And this is arguably the most famous catcher of all time. He's certainly one of the top, 3 or 4 catchers of all time. If you were to say one of the top 3 or 4 center fielders of all time, the price would be through the roof. Johnny Bench, 14-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champ, 2 NL MVPs, 10-time Gold Glover, almost 400 home runs, over 2,000 hits, twice led the league in home runs as a catcher, 3 times led the league in RBIs as a catcher. I mean, certainly the best offensive catcher. Some might say Piazza. I mean, I don't know about that, but Johnny Bench rookie card is under $400 in a 6. That's a really nice card there. Under $400. His second year got the cool rookie trophy on it. Under $300. So for $650 about, you could buy a 6 of his rookie and second year card, and he might be the best, probably is the best catcher of all time. Carlton Fisk, 11-time All-Star. He won the Rookie of the Year, 376 career home runs, 2356 hits, 1330 RBIs, 3-time Silver Slugger, and won a Gold Glove. And his rookie card is $100 in a 7. A 1972 Carlton Fisk rookie card is $100. And his second year card, again, cool looking card with the trophy, $63. So for $165, I could buy a 7 of his rookie card and second year card. seems undervalued to me. I don't think I get it. Why are catchers not getting the love? Catchers have as much TV time as anybody. Is it because they have a mask on? Is that the reason why? I really hope you subscribe to my channel.